Charlie Sabuli. Do you all know Charlie? Do you all know Charlie? Let me hear it. Do you know Charlie? Okay, if you don't, he's about to tell you why you should. All right? I want to give this. This is for NJIT. So, Charlie, take it away.
Good evening, folks. I hope you're having a great time so far. I'm Charlie Sibble. I'm the chair of the Central Jersey region of the NJIT Alumni Association. And I have a great committee that works with me here. Danielle Siemens, Pat Newton, back there, and a number of other people who have helped to put this thing on. And this was, we came up with this, I guess about 2 months ago. We thought about this idea, and it's great that we're able to reach out to people in the virtual world also, to be able to enjoy the comedy show. And they did a great job here with the heaters. I hope everybody has a great time. My chapter includes both Mercer, Monmouth, Ocean, Burlington, and Middlesex. It's a big region. So we try to run some different events. This one here was more central to most of the folks, so we thought it'd be a great time to get together since we haven't done anything since March. We had a nice event in March, just before the COVID hit, at the Bellworks in Homedale. It was well attended. And it was Ash Wednesday. It was the last time we had a chance to do anything before all this stuff hit. So I hope everybody be safe, enjoy yourself, have a great time, and we'll catch you hopefully at some of our other events in the future. Take care.
Thank you so much. All right, so we're just gonna. Do you want to start now, or do you want to just give a few more minutes? You want to start now? All right. Hey, everybody, how we doing? We're going to do that one more time. Give it up for Charlie, getting up and being so brave here. Give it up. Give it up. So let me see show of hands one more time. Who's not with NJIT? Who's not with NJIT? Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming out. For those of you and NJIT folks, let me see their hands. Let me see the hands. Okay. So this is a special fundraiser for NJIT. All the way in the back there and everything. So some of you are graduates from NJIT. Yeah, and some of you teach there. Is that what I'm to understand? Teach, maybe work. Okay. Anyway, I'm just trying to figure it all out. My apologies. So, my son is actually a graduate of NJIT, so we'll get there. We'll get there. For those of you who don't know, if I didn't get to your table, I do want to apologize. We've been doing comedy here at Old York Cellars for 5 years. So if you haven't been here before, I don't know where the hell you've been. We've been here for 5 years. We're usually over in that room inside in a warm, cozy place. And I'm always the host, and I bring in a team of comics, and it's never a repeat. It's always a lot of fun. So check us out. You can bring your own food, as some of you have, and they have food and all that. So I got all that business stuff out of the way. Now I'm done. Now I can go have fun. And it's also giving you all a minute to realize that my name really is Helene Angley. That's who I am, Helene Angley. And no, I am not Jane Lynch. I know. Oh, thank God she said that. I wasn't sure if she knew. I know. I look like a gay woman in the 50s. Yay! I'm so excited. Exactly the image I was shooting for. I think I need a new hairdo, right? Oh my gosh, she's so tall. I know I'm tall, right? I heard you. She's so tall. I have another friend who's that tall. I wonder if they know each other. Right? I'm super tall. And I'm taller even than my dad. My dad was tall, but he's 90 now, so he's like 5'4". He's, they shrink like Shrinky Dinks, right? That's how they go. Do you guys remember Shrinky Dinks? Do you? I didn't know if you would remember. Some of you have to go home and Google that. Shrinky Dink. How stupid was that? We burned plastic in an oven. Like, what were we thinking? It's so silly. Oh my goodness. But yeah, nor am I I do. I have one of those familiar faces. So lately I've gotten Norma the lawyer from Ozark. Not the, for some of you, oh yeah, okay, yeah, got that. Norma the former governor of New Jersey, Christy Todd Whitman. I don't know why I still get that. You guys gotta go home and Google her, for sure. That's been a while. I know. It's one of those things. And because even in the 90s, I looked like a famous person, and that I would have fun with. I would play it off. I'd be in New York City shopping, and people would be like, "Excuse me, are you Lady Diana?" I know, and I would totally play that off. I'd be like, "Oh, don't say anything. Just here on a private shopping holiday, No paparazzi, please, right?" boys are great, mother-in-law's a pug. Oh, it's so, you can say anything. It was like, you know, it's all true to say about Charles, all true, right? Big ears, small wee wee, you know. But now I'm Jane Lynch from, you know, I'm a gay woman in my 50s. I totally need to go back. Oh, all good. We're happy here for, are we like Giants? Let me get a feel for the room. Are we football fans at all? Football fans? Okay, baseball, okay. How about Eagles? Are we Eagles fans? Oh, there we are, Eagles fans, okay. Anyway, Giants fans? Yeah, okay, sitting right across the table, like Thursday night. What the hell was that? Our quarterback tripped over his own 2 feet. If anybody didn't see it, Google it. It was embarrassing. Oh my goodness. I'm a married mom from New Jersey, exit 8A, right? Exit 8A. Where are my exits in the room? What exits? Freehold, so exit 8A, pretty much, 8 or 8. Anyone come from a distance? Anyone want to shout out an exit? No? I can do this all night. It's okay. I can stand here. I have the mic. Where'd you come from? Exit 4. Wow, that's a long way, exit 4. Oh my goodness, that's great. Thank you so much. Oh man, it's all good. So I just want to, I'm going to do some comedy now. I'm just letting you know I am one of your comedians and part of the show. So that's all good. How's everybody's wine tasting going? Good? You're good? We're got some wine in us? We're good to go? Oh my gosh. And is everyone watching the weather now? It's been some great weather, hasn't it? But I do. I get up in the morning and I'm going to walk my dogs and I look at the weather. Is it just me or do all the weather girls look like they should be swinging from a pole? What is happening to the weather girls? They're like dressed like they're going to junior prom. Do you know what I mean? I'm not dressed like that at 7 a.m. Could some of them just bring it down a notch? Can we get a weather girl that shows up in like sweatpants and a scrunchie and a sweatshirt, you know, and like a cup of coffee and like, it's going to be cold out tonight. Like, put a jacket on. You know what I mean? Like, just say it as it is. Just say it as it is. Oh my God. And then we're in exit 8A, so there's always a traffic girl that comes on and tells you the traffic, you know, from Philly. Do you guys get that? The traffic girl. And every morning there's my husband. He's like, wow, look at the traffic in Philly. It's all packed up. She looks great today. And I'm like, dude, I'm going into Philly today. Where's the traffic problem? And he goes, I am not listening to her. She looks so good. I don't even know why he watches the traffic girl. He works from home. You've got to give us women some sort of break, you know, on how all that works. It's just too funny. Too funny. Are we all set over there, Charlie? We all set? Charlie, we all set now? Yeah, great. Okay. That'd be great. I appreciate it. Oh. So it was cold today, and I wasn't sure what it was going to be like tonight with the weather. You know, I just wasn't sure. So women, you understand. Women at the table, you know, Charlie, I have the mic, and I would really appreciate if you could just bring it down a notch. I don't want to pick on you in the first 5 minutes, but you got to shut up, dude, right? Jeez, oh, bees. It's been a while. I know, everybody's excited to be out, but thank you. Okay. I know you back there have no idea what I'm competing with, but it's like this guy over here. Lovely man. Okay. Oh, man. But it was cold out today. Sir, did you feel like it got a little chilly later on in the evening? Got a little chilly? Yeah, you're afraid I'm going to talk to you? You don't even want to talk to me. This is the beauty of comedy, Kevin. It doesn't even want to talk to me. Okay, sir, Mr. Giants and Mr. Eagles fans, did it feel like it got a little chillier as the day went on, right? Yeah, a little bit. You're going to put your hood up, right? Exactly. Some women, we know there's a little trick. So I was telling my sister, I was like, oh, I got to go do this wonderful show tonight for NGIT, but it's outside. And she goes, oh, well, I was like, I'm afraid I'm going to be cold. I should be wearing my sweatpants. And she goes, oh, no, wear that, the trick. You put your nylons on underneath your pants. Look you're nodding, right, Mr. Giants fan? You know what I'm talking about. Well, the Eagles guy knows for sure, right? The Eagles, hey, if Joe Namath can do it, so can you, right? Okay. But so I thought, like, what a great idea. It's going to be cold tonight. I'll go down. And I did. I went down to CVS and I got a pair of nylons. Okay, sounds simple, but women, these guys know, but the rest of the men might not know. We actually have to do algebra to buy a pair of nylons. Do we not, women? There's no SML, no small, medium, and large. There's a little graph, a little chart on the back of each pair, right? The little, and we actually have to solve for X. Do we not? We have to solve for X. Because if you are this tall and you weigh this much, it becomes a letter system, A, B, and C. What man made that system up? I don't know. Wasn't a woman, right? And guess what? I'm not on the graph. I'm not on the chart. I'm 6 feet tall, 150. I can be that last out of C. You know that gray box of C that just kind of hangs out there, a little bit of hope, right? That's me. That's me. And I'm like, well, I'll try. I'll try to put these on. I get them home. They come out of the box this big, right? You know what I'm talking about, Giants fan? They come out of the box this big. This big. Charlie, come out of the box this big. Charlie's all quiet now. I love Charlie right now. He's all quiet. Come on, and with it, I'm going to give it a try. So you know what we do, right? We sit down like we're going into battle. We're going into battle. I'm sitting on a chair half naked, and I'm like stretching these puppies out. Right? I'm putting on my Giants defense. I'm going in. I'm trying to stretch these things out. Get these nylons on. Right? And then you got to go in. You can't have your rings on. You got to turn your rings around. I'm going to put nylons on. Can't have any stray little stuff. If you have a wart, forget it. Wear sweatpants, right? So I'm putting them on tonight, and I'm getting my hands in my husband's like, that is kind of sexy. I'm like, back off, I am working here. Don't approach me. And I'm getting them on. And this is where size C, crotch is right there. That's size C. You all women, you all know, and these two men do, but the other men, if you ever try, and you're not the right size, they just stop. They just stop moving. That's the crotch. I was like, well, that, and my thighs are sticking together. I'm walking around my house like an old Jewish man. I'm like, I gotta get over to all the killers. Man, but it was gonna be cold tonight, so I was like, to hell with it. I went back to CVS and I started looking around and I found it. I found the Holy Grail, queen size, right? Oh, right. You know what I'm talking about. Queen size. No graph, no chart. It's a free for all, is it not? It's a free for all. Thank you, Charlie, for agreeing with me. I appreciate that. Sweat like Nixon up here. It's for the older people in the room. Oh my God! So I went home and I did queen size. I am wearing them right now. I am very, very happy. Crunch is right where it should be. Thank you. Okay, but I got one problem. Here's the waistband. This is the queen size waistband. Women, you with me? Do you know exactly what I'm talking about? Look at this thing. I could eat it. Do you understand? I could bring it is. Laugh it up, asshole. I'll leave it up to here like it's in a toothpaste. I'm not gonna poop till Tuesday. Are you kidding me? Did I just share too much with NGIT? I might have. Oh my God. The younger crowd's happy. They're like, woo! The younger guys in the back. They're like, wow, take it off. Let's go. That's worth the ticket right there. Actually, they're holding my titties up, so I'm really happy about it. This is titties anymore. I live with my dad. I gotta stop saying this like that. Oh my God. You guys are a great crowd. Did I share too much? Are you guys okay with that? All right. Let me hear it. Okay. You guys are alive and well. Okay. Alive and well. Oh man. I've been through COVID a lot, as we all have. Is it just me? I don't understand who's wearing a mask by themselves in a car. Can you figure that out? Why are you wearing the mask? Let me see if you pull it down so you can remember, but to wear a mask in a car by yourself. I'm just puzzled. That's all. I'm just puzzled. I haven't figured that one out. Oh my goodness. But yeah, and I had to quit the gym, so I've been trying to work out online. And so I started doing, classes that I'd never done before. I tried yoga. Any yogis in the room? Oh my God. These yoga. What a ridiculous. And thank God I missed it. Put goats on your back. Goats on your back in yoga. That's stupid, right? And I tried spin. Anybody spin? Anybody do that? There's a few spinners. Oh, nice, right? Spin. Oh, for those of you who don't know, spin is an exercise where you're on a stationary bike and you basically sweat out everything you've ever eaten since 1975, right? I mean, it's an incredible amount of sweat. And I was trying it just before COVID, so I was very disappointed to lose my gym membership. But I started doing it, and I don't know, the spin instructor kind of freaked me out a little bit. He was throwing out all these sexual innuendos, and it made me a little nervous because he was like, Helene, for the next 30 minutes, you are mine, and you're gonna take it in the saddle. I was like, hey, Ron, it's on my bucket list, like, like not here, This is a gym, like, buy me a Vitawater first. Let's talk through that, It's kind of awkward. Thank you for that big applause over there, sir. It was nice to see. Nice to see. Went out on a ledge on that one too, Kevin. I did. It's all good. It's all good. Oh my goodness. But yeah, and then I tried yoga, and then the yoga. Okay, I mean, I can get in the dog. I just can't get out of the dog. Cannot get out of the dog. Look at me. I'm like 7 mats wide, right? I can't even contain myself on a little mat. And the yoga instructors, they infuriate me. If there's a yoga instructor, I'm sorry, but they all talk the same. They're all like, oh my gosh, last night I had the most amazing dinner. I had like a touch of tree bark with a little bit of moss and a bed of kale. I'm like still full. Like, come on everybody, let's put our ankle behind our head. Like, hey, not since my honeymoon, bitch. Like, back off a little bit, This is a public space. It's awful. I get in the dog, I'm farting in my own face. It's basically what's happening. I am. It is not pretty, but you bend me over in half. I will pass gas. It is a natural thing. I could not do it. Oh man. And I try, and this guy on the virtual, he was like, what we want to do today is we want to cleanse our kidneys. Oh, that sounds fantastic. Cleanse our kidneys. What do I drink for that? Right? That's what I'm thinking, because every once in a while I'll drink water just to surprise my liver. But, so I'm trying to figure out. So he's like, no, we're going to do a yoga pose, and they name everything. So stand in mountain pose, which is exactly what I'm doing now. Look, I'm doing yoga in mountain pose, and then I'm going to bring my ankle above my groin. I'm going to bring it above my groin, yeah, and then I'm going to bend over, not fall over, but bend over, Charlie. I'm going to bend over. And then I'm going to take my heel and I'm going to massage my kidney from the inside. Not for nothing, Mr. Tree Hugger, but I'm just going to let this go. Mr. Earth Muffin, my kidney's back here, okay? Okay, that's where it is. That much I know. But if I'm going to massage my kidney from the inside, I'm going to take it in the saddle with Ron for 30 minutes. There's my crowd. That's my litmus test. That's my crowd. That's where I knew where I needed to be. All right. Kevin, they want it R-rated. All right, I'm just saying. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. So it's been hard. It's been hard keeping fit, keeping trim. And I just got to share a couple things with you. I'm a mom. Give it up for moms in the room. Give it moms. All right. Look at the dads applauding for moms. Boy, you've been trained so well. So well. Let's give it up for dads in the room. Let's give it up for dads. Wow, listen to that roaring applause. Woo! It takes a village to raise a kid, so let's be honest, right? It takes a village. What do you have for kids? Well, how old are they? The Jets and the Giants fans. What do you got? 11 and 8 and 9? Ah, that's in the shit of it, right? Do you give a shit where they are right now? No, you don't, right? You don't care. You don't care, right? Let's just be honest. Oh my goodness. I think, do you have girls? Do you have girls as well? One girl. Oh, still in that age range. They're still nice. It's about to go bad. You're about to go into a rabbit hole that you don't think you'll come out of, but hang on. Right? We do come out of it. Don't we? Right? We do. Look at her. She's like, kind of. Oh my goodness. And my son, he graduated NJIT. Let's hear it. Woo! And now he's a waiter. So proud. We're so proud. It's great. Yay, biology. Yay. $250,000. So proud. He made $100 today. So great. Like, oh my God, what just happened to me? Like, where did our money go? I mean, the kids, They seem to grow up this fast, don't they? They just seem to grow up so fast. I mean, I remember him just like it was yesterday. Like he was 4 years old. And boys, does anybody have like the boy at 4 years old moms? I mean, that's like the greatest age when boys are 4 because they love their moms. Boys love their moms. And he would tell me everything. He'd be in the bathtub at like 4 years old, bubble bath. And he's like, gosh, mommy, I love the bubble bath. And I'm like, that's great, honey. He's like, look, it makes my pee-pee hard. They're always so proud of that thing. And I'd be like, that's great, honey. Let's sing a song, you know? Well, actually, why don't you hop out and let Daddy hop in? Let's see if Mommy can't get this night cooking at Exit A. You know what I'm talking about? But now we go out to dinner, and he's like, yeah, he looks at the menu. Yeah, we finally get to go out. He's like, yeah, I'll have the sirloin steak, and I'll pair that with the Shiraz. Like, what happened to, chicken nuggets in a plastic cup of milk? Like, it's so not affording him anymore. Oh, my gosh. And I don't know, and I'm not picking on NJIT, but I don't know if college really teaches kids real life. Can we just be honest, like real life things? So here's an example. His student loans are starting to kick in. Thank you for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. I'm going to help him with that. But anyway, so here his student loans are kicking in, and they want to charge him $7 to pay the student loan online. $7 to pay it online. I'm like, that's stupid. Let's go down to the bank and get you a checking account. He's like, what? I'm like, we'll go down to the bank, get a checking account. You've seen it, a checking account. You've seen it? You've seen it? You've seen it? Yeah. But that's like so old, Mom. I'm not doing that. I'm like, no, we'll go in the bank. How do you go in the bank? You go in the bank. How? Behind the ATM, there's a set of doors, and you go in there. What's in there? People. What do? They give you a checking account. It's like you didn't even know. It was like Dorothy and Oz, walking in. Anyway, we come home. He gets his checking account. Very proud, very proud. Has to write his first check, $90. NINDY. Thank you. Intelligent crowd. Yeah. $200,000. So proud. That's so great. There's no spell check for checks, Mom. You got me on that one. There's no spell check for checks. So we figure it all out. He's got his check, got it written out, and he comes downstairs. He's like, hey, I got my check figured out. I got it. Could I get an envelope and a stamp? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll give you a stamp, but you should use the envelope it came with. He's like, no, I can't use that. It has a hole in it. Thank you for laughing. Charlie, the director of NJIT. Thank you. This is the kind of thing we're up against. Millennials and all that.
They don't know how to sign their signature.
They don't even know how to sign their signature. Exactly right. Didn't know how to do that. Oh my gosh. And now I have a daughter, and she's up in college in Canada, because they don't take SAT scores up there. Oh, come on, you all have one that you know right now is not quite the brightest bulb in the box. And if you're not laughing, then you are that bulb. I'm just telling you right now. Oh my God, my daughter, she said stupid shit all the time. I mean, her whole life. And we kind of knew. Like this one, I don't know what's going to happen. We would talk about it quietly, Like, I don't know. Here's an example. We're going down to Maryland. She's 14 years old. We're going down to Maryland. She's sitting next to me in the car. Next to me, just the two of us. Mother and daughter are going to meet some friends down there. And she goes, hey, Mom, can you see me in your rearview mirror? Thank you again, Charlie, for that. Yeah. Can you see me in your rearview mirror? You're next to me. No, I cannot see you or high school graduation. What's happening? 16 years old. Here's another example. 16 years old. There she is. We are walking towards Target because I needed underwear because they sell them in 6-packs and 8-packs, and that's how I rock and roll right now at this age, right? Now, where does she want to go for underwear? Victoria's Secrets, right? This is the point where you men stop doing laundry. Not that you ever did laundry, what am I saying? But because your daughter's going to come home with a piece of dental floss that she's going to call underwear. That's what they want. They want to go to Victoria's Secret to buy a piece of dental floss, right? And I'm like, I'm not buying that. It's like $900 for this thing. It's going up your ass. I'm not buying And she came out, she has like a pair of sweatpants, Victoria's Secret, $198 for a pair of sweatpants. I was like, that's ridiculous. And she turns them around, they have the word juicy written across the back. I mean, that's disgusting. I am not letting my daughter walk around high school with a pair of juicy. And she goes, oh, but Mom, we're the same size now. You know, we're the same height. We could share these. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk around Exit 8A, Princeton. That's what I'm going to do. Juicy across my Jane Lynch ass. Do you know what I'm saying? That would be false advertising. Okay? That would be false advertising. I could put a Ted Moise. I am not dead yet. I can put a Ted Moise. I can. I'm very proud to say that. And again, sharing a lot with this crowd, I have to say. Oh my God. We were driving home laughing about it. And we were telling my husband, and he was like, well, that's hilarious. Why don't you just write dehydrated? Can't make that up, man. I wish I was. Oh my God. Where was I? I was talking about, so we're walking towards Target. She finally looks up from her phone and she goes, hey, Mom, we're going towards Target. Yeah. What does the symbol for Target mean? Charlie, what does this symbol for Target mean? So I just looked at her and I go, it means community college, honey. And she was like, oh my God, does it really? I was like, yes. We are so saving on this one. We are. So we sent her off to Canada because they don't take SAT scores. That's where she is. Oh man. But and you know, being up in Canada and things trying to get warm up there. Hey guys, if we can keep the noise down back there. Hi. I can hear you from here. So let's shh a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. Thank you. I love this job. So I'm sorry, it's just a little loud. So anyway, so here we are, and I sent her a text up in Canada. And I was like, hey, I hope things are warming up there. You know, this was springtime and COVID, and we didn't know she was going to come home. And I said, hope things are warming up. First day of spring. Miss you, Mom. Love you. And I put a little emoji of an Easter bonnet, like ding, and I sent it off. And all of a sudden, 3 milliseconds later, I get a text back. It was like, oh my God, Mom, thanks. It's kind of warming up. But why did you send me an emoji of a taco? I'm like, I didn't. It's an Easter bonnet. Don't ruin it. Love you. And she's like, no, Mom, put your glasses on. It's a taco. And she was right. And I hate that. It was so close. But then she said, oh, Mom, you know, you really freaked me out because you know what taco means in emoji language. Did you know there's a secret language to emojis? No. I'm like a PBS documentary for some of you right now, okay? And I'm not even going your eggplant, okay? Not going your eggplant. Family show. Not doing it. But she goes, Mom, taco equals the JJ. Do you know what the JJ is? We're good. We're getting there. Kevin, they know what the JJ means. Okay, so we're good. Taco equals the JJ. I miss you. I hope things are warming up. Love you, Mom. The JJ. It's not what I said. That's not what I said. I didn't mean that in any way. So I was feeling a little nervous. So and then she wrote back and she goes, well, Mom, didn't you know that each emoji has a secret meaning? And I was like, oh, what does that? No, I didn't know. She goes, okay. Well, I was like, well, while we're at it, share. She goes, okay. Peach equals juicy booty. Makes sense, right? A little area for the dental floss. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Makes sense. Peach equals juicy booty. And cherries equal tits. I'm like, well, there's the generation gap right there. There it is. Because back in my day, there was only one cherry. And cherry equal taco. I cannot keep up with the millennials. I can't. I mean, I love them. I created them. I gave them an award for being in 18th place. I know. I've done this. This is my fault. But all I'm asking is they invent an app where somebody will change my diaper every hour on the hour. That's basically where I'm at. Because you know they're wheeling me in a hallway somewhere. All right? That's how that's going to go down. Oh, my God. And we're even going to legalize marijuana for these guys. Are you kidding me? We're going to legalize marijuana. Thank you. Let's hear it. Okay. Because back in my day, to find weed. I had to like know a guy that knew a guy that knew a guy to go get weed. I had to like stand in the back of Bob's Big Boys, you know, and some guy's throwing me a baggie. I'm not saying that was me. I have an older brother. Okay. But I mean, seriously, so I was out in California and doing shows, and it's all legal there. And when you walk in, you have a bud taster that takes you around, like wineries. They take you around and they give you like different tastings and smells. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. They had it all labeled out. They had all the strengths labeled out of how high you want to get. They had bliss and happiness. They had couch potato. They had My Cousin Looks Hot Tonight. And the talking lion in Narnia. Do you know what I'm saying? It was all labeled out. Back in my day, I had to like figure it out on my own. Do you know? I had to like sift seeds and stems on the box top in my closet. I'm looking for people who know what the hell I'm talking about. There's a few of you out there. I know it. Oh my gosh. But there's you. And so there you are. You know, back in my day, there were like two strengths of pot. Two strengths. There was, this is shit. And then there was, oh my God, this is a really good shit. We were trailblazers. Oh my God. It's crazy. I can't believe it. It's just too much sometimes having millennials. Oh man. It's great. But are there millennials in the room? Millennials in the room? Yeah, there you are. There you are. Thank you. Please take care of us. Please. Oh my gosh. It's too funny. It's too funny. I can feel age creeping up on me. I can't. It's like a slippery slope age, right? Like half of me right now is Helene, you gotta quit drinking. The other half of me is like, do not listen to her. She is drunk. It's a yin yang, yin yang. Yeah, and I was going to my doctor. I was like, doc, you gotta help me figure this out. I don't know what's going on with me. Hot, I'm cold. Like right now, I'm pretty much sweating like Bruce Jenner's first aid Caitlin. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a hot, sweaty mess. I'm not sure if I'm coming or going. And so I went to the doctor and I was like, hey, if you guys, could run a few tests. And they're like, yeah, that'd be great. Why don't you go pee in this cup? I pee in a cup. I ran across the street and sneezed 3 times on the way in. Just wring out my stupid underwear at this point, So you really laughed at that. You pee when you run too, right? It just happens. 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes. It just happens. It just happens. The millennial in the back is very frightened. Very frightened. No idea. No idea. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's a lot to figure out. I've been married 31 years this year. 31 years. Thank you. All right. Who's got me beat? Where are we at? What do you got? 32. 32. What do you got back there? Anyone? No? Anyone out here? No? All right. So we got like 30. How long Giants and Jets? How long have you been married? Like no idea? No idea? There's no wife with you to tell you, to nudge you. You have no idea. Oh, they're right there? Shout it out. Oh, I love this. Oh my God, I just figured this out. Here's all the wives. So as you can see, 5 wives, 5 husbands. Both of them perfectly happy. Yeah. Well done. A round of applause for that. That was your idea? Bam. That was fabulous. Look at how happy they are. Look at how happy you are. Oh my God, that is a great idea. I love that. I know. I've been married 31 years, and he supports me doing comedy all around this country. He's great. It's big support. But then he comes down those stairs on the Saturday morning, and I go, oh my God, must you breathe? Like really, what is going on? Yes, I heard you fart, and no, I don't want to smell it. Don't want to play the Sunday morning game, And then they go into the bathroom. We know you're in there. There is a smell coming out. They disappear for like an hour, Like where's Dad? Moms, we go into the bathroom. Kids follow us. They follow us. They're like, can you sign my math test? When are you leaving? Can I help you wipe? Let's go. It's different. Oh man. But 31 years, and he's coming down those stairs on Saturday morning, and I look at him and I'm like, what is going on? He's like, look at this shirt I found. I can't believe I found this shirt. I've been looking for this shirt forever. I can't believe it. It was stuffed in the back of my closet. Where has this thing been? I'm like, I know. That's where I put it. I stuck it back there. I hate that shirt. Well, how can he find that, but he can't find the clean laundry basket at the bottom of the stairs? Can't seem to find find that. Can't seem to bring that up. Do you know what I'm saying? And men, I'm just saying, if you bring the basket up, you will get laid, okay? We're just saying. It's that simple. We don't need candy, we don't need flowers. We need a little help every once in a while. And I can't believe he won't bring it up. And he's like, I didn't know it needed to come up. Yeah, because that's how we rock and roll as a family. We get dressed in front of the front door at the bottom of the stairs. Just leave it forever. Never bring it up. What am I wearing to work on Monday? I don't know. Let me go check the basket at the bottom of the stairs. Bring it up, I'm telling you. You mop the floor, honeymoon. Do you honeymoon all over again? Do you know what I'm saying? Mop the floor. Oh my God. But this year for our anniversary, we did a communal gift. We got this great gift for each other. We got that Tempur-Pedic bed. Anyone know the Tempur-Pedic bed? You're nodding. Do you know this $9,000 sponge? That's basically what it is. It's a humongous sponge. That's what it is. And we're very tall people, so we got that California King, right? Which is fabulous because he's like way over there. Like I can't even see him. Do you know how fabulous this is? She's looking at me like, I don't understand. Why doesn't she want him to touch her? 31 years of life. It's okay. It's okay. And it's a sponge. You sink in. You sink in. So to like get to me, he's like, gotta like roll over, dig out, roll over, dig out, roll over, dig. He's like exhausted by the time he gets to me. It's so great. I put that big body pillow between us. It's like, oh my God. He can't even touch me. It's fabulous, One night he came over though. I was like, what? And he was like, I had coffee. I'm in trouble, And he does this, like, hey. And I'm like, hey. And he's like, no, hey. And I'm like, 8 months of laundry downstairs, hey. And then one night he got all frisky and he was like snapping my panties. So I was like, what? What's going on? Are you looking for the remote? Get over on your side. Hurry up. I think the traffic is coming on. Let's get this night going. Oh my God. But one night, we're both feeling kind of frisky. He had a night at Old York Cellars drinking a lot of wine. You know how it goes. Having fun. So, what he tried to do, I'm going to share a little much. This is where it's going to get a little PG-13. Okay, you guys ready? Hang on. Okay. 9 months wasn't enough. Like, let's just ride this ride. But we were having fun, and he tried to flip me. Do you know how much I am to flip? I'm a lot to flip. In 31 years, I don't flip every day. Do you know, you guys are flipping and tossing and turning, right? You're still, like, even the shower might look appealing for you guys. I have no idea what's happening here. They've been married so little time, Oh my goodness. But there I am. And he tried to flip me, and I'm out of practice, so we both kind of groan, like, whoa! And make these horrible noises. The dogs are like now alert and looking at us, in the room, like, what's going on up there, And I didn't land well. I'm telling you, I'm sorry. I didn't land well. I probably like a 5. Do you know what I mean on the dismount? So I kind of landed wrong, and my head and my shoulders up against the headboard. And like, babe, don't push. Don't put. I gotta move. Like, move back a little bit. He's like, I can't. My knees, they're in the bed. Like, I'm in the bed. It's like a sponge. I'm locked in. My back. We're like Wild Kingdom. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're like 2 lions at Wild Kingdom. We're locked in. And now the little dog has jumped up. The little dog is like, what's going on up here? What's going on? He usually sleeps through the 45-second episode, but now he's in our room. He's on our bed. He's looking at us, and we're looking at him. It's like, it was awkward because he came right up to my husband and he was like, dude, what's your problem? This is how you do this. You guys have been a great crowd. All right, let's hear it. Woo! I'm going to bring up your headliner. Are you guys ready for your headliner? Let me hear this noise. Come on, guys. Let me hear the noise. Are you ready for your headliner? This is a treat to play with this guy, and only because of COVID is he in town. Let me tell you, he's usually on a cruise or traveling across the country doing comedy. He's a great comedian. You're going to love him. You can see him on YouTube, and he's on Sirius XM. Please give it up for Mr. Kevin Israel. Everybody, Kevin Israel. There you go. I think you put it in that pocket. Anyway, we have condoms now for our microphones. Do you know how to do that?
Yes. Kevin Israel, everybody. Kevin Safety first. Safety first. How we doing, guys? Hey. Ah, this is it. We're here. We're out. It's like it's normal, but we're all really far apart, right? Like if anything good comes out of this whole situation, we're all gonna know exactly how far 6 feet is, right? That's what's gonna good. Like if we're ever in some weird action movie situation and the guy is like, "We need exactly 6 feet," we're gonna be like, "Coronavirus. We can do this." Ah, it's good. It's a weird time. Trapped inside. Oh, we were trapped inside for what, 4 or 5 months? Didn't see that coming. That was weird, right? Was anybody stuck at home with their spouse? Anybody trapped with that person that you said you'd love forever? Yeah, remember that? Not 24 hours a day though. That's not how it's supposed to be. Love, honor, respect, sure. Like 8 hours, maybe. I get to sleep like 7 of them. Go to work. Leave me alone. Now you found out what they're like. What they're really like. Not good, is it? Not pretty. I married a sweet girl. If anybody asked me what she was like, I'd say, oh, she's sweet, she's generous, she's kind, she's compassionate. She's none of those things. She's that for 6 hours a day. Like at night, not even at work, she's a horrible person. I have no idea. I married an asshole. Nobody told me. That wasn't in the bio. What? I listen to her Zoom calls all day. That's terrible. She doesn't scream. She screams constantly. I never heard her yell once. She screams for 8 hours straight. At everybody. I just hide in my bedroom on my bed, holding myself, praying she'll stop screaming. I'm like, oh, God. I come downstairs. I hear her on a Zoom call. She's like, the guy in the office upstairs is coming down to bother me. Can we keep this going? I was like, these office romances are brutal. She yells at everybody. She used to complain about this guy, Brett, at work. Brett was terrible. Brett didn't appreciate the work she did. Brett was trying to get her job. After 7 months of this, I'm Team Brett. I am. I found Brett on Facebook. We're friends. I message him. I'm like, I get it, dude. I get it. Right. That's horrible. I want to call her HR department, be like, gotta fire this bitch. She It's a weird time. We're all wearing masks now. That's weird, right? That just came out of nowhere. Now it's just part of life. We just have to deal with it. We're buying all sorts of dollars. If this thing ended tomorrow, I told my wife, we're going to be wearing masks for the next 3 years. I don't give a shit. You bought them to match your outfits. We're going. We are all in on the masks. And I feel like the masks, like the people that really benefited from the masks were ugly people, right? Like the ugly people. Like the really ugly people. Like they saw that come across the street and they were like, we gotta wear what? All the time? Yeah, we're in. We'll go forever, sure. So weird with the masks. Could you imagine like blind dating now with the masks on? That'd be awkward, right? Just sitting across the table from somebody going, I don't know if they have all their teeth. I do. How do I ask him to take his mask off? That's awkward, right? It's gonna become like foreplay, you know? Somebody will be like, yo, how was that date last week? Be like, oh, it was awesome. Got her to take her mask off. First date, what a slut. Such a weird time. I don't know. We're surviving though, right? We're getting through this. We're all here, we're laughing, we're drinking. What's the difference, right? It's outside though. It's really gonna be the test when it's February or not. We're like, I think it's time to go inside. This isn't good. My folks are, my parents are in their 80s, so they're in that segment of the population we really had to watch out for. So we were bringing them food all the time so they could stay inside. My mom was going crazy. She was just going absolutely stir crazy. She started doing anything to keep her busy. She got on Facebook. That was the worst thing that came out of COVID for me. My mom got on Facebook. That was terrible. That was the worst day of my life. The day I got that friend request, that was the longest I ever took to make a decision. Right? That little red one sat in the corner of my screen for about 5 weeks. Every time I logged on, I was like, oh, not today, Mom, not today. I've been posting shit about her for 7 years. She thinks we can just become friends. She calls me up one day, she goes, I invited you to be a friend on the Facebook. I was like, oh, did you? We got that shitty internet connection, so it's probably taking a while to get to me. She goes, is that how it works? I was like, absolutely, that is how the internet works. And she called me up one day. She goes, "Oh my God, I forgot to tell you, I got the cutest email the other day, and I thought of you, so I added you to the list." I was like, "You did fucking what? You did what? You don't add me to lists. It's like the first rule of the internet. You don't add people to lists." She's like, "No, it's perfect for you. You're gonna love it." The next day, I started getting emails. She added me to a Bible verse email list. Yeah, Bible verses every day getting sent to me. And I know they weren't intended for me because they're always like Jesus-heavy Bible verses, right? That wasn't meant for the Jew named Israel. Finally, after a couple of days of this, I was like, all right, that's enough. And I hit unsubscribe, and I immediately felt guilty. Because I was like, maybe I should be reading this shit just in case, right? Like, what happens if I die and I get up to heaven and I'm like, this is it, heaven, I made it, it's amazing. And I look across the way, and there's Jesus. And I'd be like, ah, shit. He's like, hey, Kevin. I'd be like, hey, Jesus, listen, can we avoid this awkwardness and just kind of let me in? He's like, sorry, buddy, no can do. You didn't live the right kind of life. I'd be like, Jesus, how was I supposed to know? I didn't know what I was doing. I was brought up Jewish. And he's going to be like, bro, I was emailing you every single day. My name is Kevin Israel. Someone came up to me after a show once and goes, Kevin Israel, is that your real name or is that your stage name? And I was like, yeah. When I was choosing stage names, I decided to go with the Jewiest name possible. It was Kevin Israel or Hebe Habinowitz. You know? Kevin Israel. Here's the funny thing, though. The family name wasn't originally Israel. It was originally Izraelovich. My great-grandfather got here right before World War II. He was at Ellis Island filling out the little book. He decided to change the name to make it less Jewish. So he changed it to Israel. Yeah. I would imagine right around May of 1948, he looked at the newspaper and I was like, shit, they're all going to know. Trying to Jew down your name by changing it to Israel is like farting and trying to cover the smell by shitting your pants. Any other Jews in here? Any Jews? That was a weird way to laugh at that. That was awkward. No, not in Ringo's. No. You've all seen a Jew before, right? Like, I'm not the first one. You're an accountant or somebody. I'm actually used to this. I grew up in a town where I was the only Jewish kid. So I became like the token Jew. One year around third grade, the teacher got up to the front of class and was like, class, quiet down. Quiet down. She had a microphone. She goes, tonight's a very special night. Tonight is the first night of Hanukkah. And we're going to have our little Jewish friend, Kevin Israel, come up and tell us just a little something about Hanukkah. And I was in the back of class with my He-Man lunchbox going, Hanukkah? The fuck do I know about Hanukkah? I figured I'd just make some shit up. So I got up to the front of class and I was like, Hanukkah is a very special holiday to us Jews. It's a celebration of when Santa Claus picked Hanukkah Harry out of Egypt. And for 40 years, the Jews strode across the desert before they came across a burning bush, which told them to go burn every damn Christmas tree out there. And your stockings, and your reindeer, and Santa Claus. And your holiday's so much better than mine. 8 days of fun, my ass. I get pencils, socks. It's real tough, though, because the school's all white. So one year, the teacher got to the front of class and was like, class, quiet down. Tonight is the first night of Kwanzaa. Little Kevin Israel's going to come up and tell us something about Kwanzaa. And I was like, but I'm not black. She's like, shut up, it doesn't matter. We're ready next week for Ramadan. I'm sick of this shit. It's tough growing up Jewish, though. I'm saying this on behalf of all the Jews, all of the non-Jews out there, you guys win. Congratulations. You do, you win. Your holidays beat everything we got. And why? Because you're marketing geniuses with your holidays. Some crazy shit up and sell it. I don't know, Easter's not doing too well. What do you got? What about a rabbit that shits colored eggs? Then you guys have to make everything fun and turn it into a celebration. Oh, a baby's born. What do we do? We're taking to church and dribble water in his head and they go have a party. Whee! You know what we do when a baby's born? Yeah. Apparently you do. You guys ever been to a bris before? It's sick. All the men stand in the back of the room like this. And all the women get up front as close as possible and go, cock it, cock it. And then the rabbi gets up and he always says the same thing. Now, the baby's going to scream a little bit, but it's just because it's cold and wet. What? Apparently this guy's never been kicked in the dick before. cold and wet. This also happens at a bris. This actually happens. They take a little wine and they put it on the baby's lips. They put a little wine on the baby's lips and they say to numb the pain. Fellas, try something for me when you get home tonight. Have a shot of vodka. Hell, have 5 shots of vodka. Then walk over to your dresser, open up one of the drawers, stick your dick in it, and slam a shot. And let me know if it numbed the pain. I'm guessing, but don't actually do that tonight. I'm going to read about that in the paper tomorrow. Oh God! So yeah, I've been married for 2 years, but after coronavirus and being trapped inside for 7 months, I think it's been about 9 years. So that's what we get. We all get to tack on an extra 7 years to your marriage. Congratulations, you earned it. And a lot of married couples. This is a weird situation. I didn't call this out. I saw it, but I was like, that must be a cultural thing that I don't understand. We Jews have some weird shit. I get it. No, this is just brilliant. Good for you guys. Figure it out. We have nothing to say to you guys anymore. Talk amongst yourselves. We're sorry, we can't all fit at one table. I have a great idea. That's awesome. Anybody married here for a long time? Anybody married like 20, 30 years? We've got any long timers? Anybody put some mileage in? Yeah, what do you got back there, sir? 39? Can anyone top 39 years? I feel like 39. The balcony? Really? What do you got? 40? You beat by a year. You should go fight her. In the middle? Where? Jesus, this is too many. It's too spread out. How long? 48. 40, yeah. Fuck you guys. Ain't nobody beat that, right? 48 years. Do we have somebody gonna wheel in and be like, yeah, 6 yeah, 48 years of marriage. That's awesome. How'd you guys meet all those years ago? You don't remember? 48 years. Shit, I don't remember what I wore yesterday. 48 years. You're a slut. Good for you. You're going out with his best friend? I don't know. Like, should we applaud that? I mean, it's 48 years later. The guy.
I was 16 and I had a car, and all we did was wash the car.
I feel like you're about to get into an illegal discussion. I was 16. He was 35. It was all. So you were going out with his best. And he was. No, this is the show. You think I'm up here for you people? I'm up here for me. Stuck inside. Yeah, well, that's what we do. We're horny. That's how it works. We look for an opportunity. Good for you, sir. Persistence pays off. That's the moral of that story. 48 years. That's awesome. Anybody newly married? Anybody recently married? Like me, 2 years, 1 year? Where? You guys over there? Nobody gives a shit. This is your bachelorette party? This is your bachelorette party? I should take my pants off for you. I should. Look how excited they got. Right? I could definitely make some extra money tonight. I mean, it's not outside the realm of possibility. 3 more spiked ciders, I will be at a G-string for you. Don't worry. Bachelorette, you guys were desperate to do something. Right? We're going somewhere. We're going where there's no lights. There's no street lights. Is there somewhere we could drive for? Why are they hiding this place? What's the secret? They couldn't put one light on the road to like kind of make you feel confident that you're going in the right place. My GPS says make a left here. I was like, all right, fuck it, we're doing it. Who knows what's gonna happen? Oh my God! So bachelorette party, good for you. How long? But nobody cares because you're. Well, oh, you really want to talk about this? Who's the bride? Who's the bride? You are. You are. How long have you been with the groom? 5 years. 5 years. Oh, he took his time. I like that. Think it out, work it out. No rush. How'd you meet him?
Our restaurant job.
Oh, that's a slutty place. Restaurants. Do you ever? Restaurants are great for food and sex. Like there, if you work in a restaurant, you're definitely getting laid. That's the truth. Were you both waiter, like servers? What were you?
He delivered and
I bet he did. That was too easy. Well, good for you. Congratulations. Good luck on the. Are you having a wedding? Are you having a? Yeah, don't do it. Just save the money, go to the court. Trust me, it's a waste of money. No, your friends don't care. You're putting it in, they're all gonna be like, this bitch is doing it. She's where we gotta go. And so the couple in the back who said they were married, how long have you guys been married? Oh, a year and a half. Wow, good vote for them. See, it worked out. Don't you feel like you just got in under the wire? Like you were like, oh wow, 12 more months and we would have been engaged forever. That would have been great, as a matter of fact. How'd you guys meet? Tinder. Online. That's the way to do it. That's what. See, we don't take people's friends. We go on. We have an app and we look at people's faces and we decide what love is. That's how it works. Tinder. Tinder's the that's the slutty one too. There's like Bumble is like the decent one, and Tinder is like I just want a handout. That's what I right? That's what Tinder is. So you swiped right on each other. That's what it is. I have no idea. This is everything I've read. I've never been so far beyond Tinder. Well, good for you. Congratulations, and it's going good. Were you guys trapped together? Were you guys stuck in that COVID together? You didn't kill each other. That's good. I feel like in a year or so, we're gonna find out that there were a lot of murders. I feel like we're gonna be like, well, there was a big population loss. It had nothing to do with coronavirus, though. It had to do with husbands who wouldn't shut the fuck up. That's what it had to do. Good. Yeah. So it's going good. We're 2 years in, and I have big shoes to fill, though. My parents just celebrated their 65th wedding anniversary. 65 years. Yeah. Yeah. They hate each other. They do. I don't think they ever liked each other. My dad's become a narcoleptic. He can fall asleep anywhere, anytime, doing anything. He'd come home from work, sit down in his chair, and just be... And the sight of my father asleep would cause some chemical reaction in my mother's brain that made her go completely insane. And she got right up to his face and started going, Sid, you're asleep. Sid, you're asleep. Sid. I'm like, Mom, holy shit, relax. He's tired. He worked all day. He's taking a nap. She's like, oh no, because if he's asleep, he's happy. My mom's crazy. I had a cold once. I called her up. She's like, oh, you're not feeling very well? Well, did you take your temperature? I was like, do we do that anymore? I thought that was just a way to find out if a kid was lying. Remember that when you were a kid? You were always rooting for 100? I used to hold the thermometer down by the heating vents. I'm not going to be like, you must be sick. I said, 137. But my mom had to be like Dr. Quinn, medicine woman, and do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah. It was like a prison movie shower scene every time I got a cold in my house. Once I was really sick, my mom took me to the doctor. I'm in the room with the doctor, and he's like, well, Kevin, we should probably take your temperature. He pulls out a thermometer, and I was like, whoa, doc, can you use Vaseline? He was like, what? I walk out a little while later. My mom was like, how are you? I was like, how am I? I'll tell you how I am. Did you know they can do it orally now? By the way, Vaseline tastes like shit. I love my books. They're great characters.
How'd they meet?
How they meet? Oh my God! What does it say? Interview? I mean, it's a. You guys have been really anxious to get out. You're like, let's go to a comedy show and start a fight with the comedy. Why not? We're all gonna drink 19 flights of wine, and we're going fucking crazy. They met at a dance, because that's what you did 74 years ago. You went to dances and just chose whoever was in the neighborhood. You didn't have Tinder. You didn't have the whole internet to choose from. You had 17 possible suitors, and my mom set up for a guy who went bald when he was 19. Good for her. My dad's been threatening me that I was going to go bald for my entire life. My entire life. He'd always walk in. Anytime he saw me like doing my hair or anything, he'd walk in, he'd point to his head and be like, it's going to be you soon. I'm 44 now. I walked in once, I was like, see, Dad, I still have it. I still have it. He's like, Kevin, I wasn't talking about my hair. I was talking about my mind, and you've lost it a long time ago. But, yeah, that's how we met at the dance. But 65 years. It's a long time. They're good people. I was a lawyer before I started doing this, which shows, yeah, that's what they said. So there's no ability to make life decisions whatsoever, right? My mom was so excited when I became a lawyer. She wanted to tell everyone my Jewish son, the lawyer, should work at the conversations everywhere. And then I started doing this. And now when people ask her how I'm doing, she goes, "Oh, Kevin, he's dead." When I made the career change, I hit a bit of a financial rough patch. Things got a little tight for me. I know you're going to find this hard to believe, but playing tennis across New Jersey doesn't pay quite the same as being a partner at a law firm. So my parents were there to help me out, and they did what any good parents would do for them. They let me move back in with them. And I was 30 when I moved back in with my parents. But to make it worse, my parents had just moved into retirement development. So I was that guy. And I worked at night, so I just hung out with my mom all day. I basically became an 80-year-old Jewish woman by proxy. You know, mom watching the soap operas. Every day around noon, she would go to this clubhouse. They had a clubhouse in the community where they go do activities. Then she'd come back and share with me the gossip of the neighborhood. One day she came in and she goes, "You know, there's rumors going around about you." I was like, "Me? Why are people talking about me?" She goes, "They're trying to figure out why you had to move home." I was like, "What are they saying?" She goes, "Well, there's two theories. One says you're a recovering drug addict, and the other, you had a nervous breakdown." I was like, "Holy shit, well, you tell them the truth?" She's like, "What? Tell me to quit practicing law and tell jokes? That would be embarrassing." My dad had no idea what to do with the situation where I was living at home. Every now and then he would come up with an activity for us to do together. One day he came in and he was like, "Hey, Kevin, want to go to lunch and then go to Costco?" I was like, "I guess that's just something we do now." Okay. What happened was I misunderstood him. What he actually said was, "Hey, Kevin, want to go have lunch at Costco?" Yeah. And what came next was just walking around Costco and stopping each of those little stations. It was me and 9 80-year-old Jewish men just walking around Costco. Like the Senior Citizen Olympics in Costco. But what I came to find out was my dad did this every single week. The reason he does it every week is because he stops at those stations and he flirts with little old ladies working at the station. Yeah, and it's the creepiest thing to see in action. He stopped at one station, lady was giving out ice cream. He goes, "How's it going today, Pearl?" She's like, "It's smooth like you said." And I was like, "Holy shit." We get to another station. The lady was giving out, "Oh, fuck this joke. Wow." I completely forgot that. This is what happens when you take 6 months off from your, okay, here we go. We're getting back. So we get to the last station with the little food. And I was like, "Dad, you know what? I'm going to get the food this time." He's like, "Why?" And I was like, "Well, she's giving out almonds. I don't know what she's going to do with your nuts." So they're good people, though. It's going good. The whole marriage thing is going good. I can't complain. She's a good girl. I kind of miss dating, though. Not because I want to be with another woman. That sounds exhausting. Just because I'm just getting to know someone. Remember getting to those first few dates? That's always so much fun, right? Learning about the person. Because they're always perfect in the beginning, right? You're perfect for each other. You're completely lying to each other. You're not being you. You're being the you hope they want you to be, right? Like, is anyone dating here? Anyone doing the dating thing? I know there's a younger couple back there who wanted. Yeah. What do you think? I didn't see you. What's your story?
We've been dating for 4.5 years.
4.5 years. Take your time, bro. You figure it out. Don't worry.
I'm a broke millennial.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Guess what? No one can have weddings now. We can do it right now. I'm ordained. Want to go? Wouldn't that be awesome? I think if we made that happen. I'm not ordained. How did you guys meet?
Tinder.
Wow. Yes. What is this? A meetup group? What is? You guys went on Tinder too. You didn't actually go Bumble, huh? You decided like you went with the hookup. Good for you, bro. Good for you. What did she say? Did she say she gave him a hand job? I'm pretty sure that's what she said. And if it's not, that's what I just want to go home believing she said. So I'm just going to leave there. If you've never tried online dating, this is what online dating is like. Online dating is like eating at Denny's at 3 in the morning. Because nobody ever plans on eating at Denny's at 3 in the morning. You just end up there after a series of bad decisions. You walk in the restaurant, you look around at all the other people, and you think, "Oh my God, I'm so much better than all of these people." But you sit down and you open up the menu, you see the pictures of all the food, and you think, "I wouldn't order any of this." So you order something and bring it over, and you're like, "What the fuck is this?" That's online dating. Good for you. Do you live together?
No.
Oh, wow. You're 4.5 years you don't live together? You should write a book, bro. How can you pull that off?
On the weekends.
On the weekends? That's some shady shit. You shouldn't have said that. That sounded worse. She's my weekend girl. Oh, that's not good. I just caused a really weird fight on the wrong end. So happy about it. I'm gonna role play that later tonight. Weekend. Good for you. Wow. That's magical. Remember not living? Could you imagine if you could be married? Where's you guys? Imagine if you didn't live together. You don't know the power you have not living together. That's amazing. You remember married people. Remember having a fight and being able to be like, I'm going home and leaving? What? That's amazing. That's so much power. You could just leave. And then think about shit. And then she feels bad. You feel bad. You go back and have great sex. Once you move into heaven, that's dead. It doesn't exist anymore. Now you just have to stare at each other angrily until one person just goes, I'm sorry. And then you're like, all right. I'm leaving. Oh, I wish I could. I'm leaving. I go out and sit in the car and be like, shit. What do I do now? That's great. I do. I kind of miss. Remember when you guys first met, though? It was exciting, right? Learning about each other, figuring each other out, being perfect for each other. Then all that gross shit starts to seep out. That's the best time, right? Right? That first gross thing that happens in a relationship where you're like, well, I guess I'm in this now. You know? Like that first bout of diarrhea. That's weird, right? That didn't happen till my wife and I lived together. That was horrible. And it wasn't me. Yeah, that was weird. I was just sitting on the couch. I was like, she's been in the bathroom for a while. I was like, I just want to go somewhere else. She came out, don't look at me. I was like, I'm not good, don't worry. Guess we're getting married. That's the best time, though. It's so much fun. Just dating. You find out all that weird stuff about each other, right? Weird little stuff. I dated this one girl for a while. We dated for a few months. She finally let me stay over her house one night. I learned the craziest thing about her. I found out that she slept with her eyes open. Yeah, that's a horrifying thing to find out at 3 in the morning. I woke up in the middle of the night, I rolled over to look at her, there she was like this. I was like, holy shit! What, she died in her sleep? I was like, I'm just gonna roll back over and go to bed. I rolled over and I could still feel her unseeing eyes staring in the back of my head. I was like, I gotta do something about this. I've seen a lot of action movies. If you ever seen an action movie, you'll know the hero's love interest or sidekick gets shot and dies. He'll be holding them in his arms. He'll say something heroic like, I'll never forget you. Then he runs his fingers over their eyes. You've seen this in movies. So I was like, well, I'll give that a shot. So I rolled over, I looked at her, I ran my fingers over her eyes, and you know what? Look, fuck up. She went, what are you doing? So I got really nervous, and I just ran my fingers over her eyes again. I said, I will avenge you. Last time I ever saw her. Tinder, that's great. Tinder, I like that. I like finding out people met. Stole your best friend's girl or whatever that was. That's cool. I like finding stuff out. That's cool. It's getting to know people. The weirdest answer I ever got to how you met. This is 100% true. I was doing this show in this little town called Newport News, Virginia. I was talking to a couple up front, and he was clearly way older than she was. And I asked how they met, and she goes, "Oh, we met in elementary school." And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Oh, no, it's not what you think. You see, I was the janitor." I was like, "That's exactly what you thought." And he goes, no, it's not that bad. You see, I waited till she was 16, because that's the age in Virginia. I was like, that's horrifying. That means for years, you were standing with your mom in the middle of the hallway like, 7 more years, girl. You all mine. Disgusting. But it's good. Living together is weird. We moved in together. We lived together for a couple of years before we got married. I think that's important. I think you should know what the other person is like living with them. Is anybody married just going blind, not live with the person in advance? You guys did? Wow, you're fucking crazy. Living on the edge, you had no idea. Really? Wow. How'd you guys meet? What? The Rocky Horror. Oh, you're two weirdos anyway, so that's cool. You basically knew what was going on. If you meet at a Rocky Horror, they met at a Rocky Horror Picture Show for the people in the cheap seats. So, like I mean, that doesn't count. You guys knew you were made for each other. Are you like Rocky Horror fanatics? Of course not. They never are. Until you go in their closet and you're like, wow, it's all Rocky Horror Picture costumes. Was it you were just both randomly there? You were the two normal people at the Rocky Horror Picture Show? A whole group of friends? Did you do the time warp? That's literally the only thing I know about the Rocky Horror Picture Show. That is the extent of my knowledge. And so you got married, you hadn't lived together. That's scary. Oh, that's horrifying. We lived together. Now you gotta test those waters. If you get listen to me, you too. 4.5 years, tender, millennial, broke, whatever you are. I like how that's just an excuse now. I'm a millennial, and we're all like, all right, we get it. Give up on him. Listen to me. If you're gonna get married, and I don't know that you are, I didn't mean it that way, actually, but whatever. I'm sure you're gonna have wonderful lives together. If you're gonna do it, live together. You need to live together, because if you don't, you're gonna be horrified what you find out about each other on that first day. It was horrifying. The stuff I learned, it's disgusting. And things change when you move in together. It changes. It just does. You can't help it. You can't help. You guys still have fun sex. That doesn't happen anymore. That changes. We used to sleep naked together. Remember sleeping naked? That was exciting, right? You slept naked because you hoped you were gonna have sex in the morning. We sleep in snowsuits now. Yeah. There's a better chance of a gunfight breaking out than there is sex. It all changes. It all changes. She always looked so good when she'd come over. She'd always look great. She'd always be all done up, dressed up, all looking nice. When she would stay over before we moved in together, she would wake up a little before me. She'd sneak out of bed. She'd go into the bathroom. She'd brush her teeth and put a little bit of makeup. And then she'd sneak back into bed. So when I woke up, I'd roll over, I'd see her and be like, oh, there she is. She always looks like that. Yeah. And then we moved in together, and that stopped dead. Our first morning together, living together, I woke up, I felt her against my back. I was like, I can't wait to roll over and see her. It's the first day of the rest of our lives together. I roll over to look at my sweet angel sleeping so beautifully and softly. She rolls over, looks at me, and goes, ah. She breathes her hot Holocaust breath at me. And she just goes, coffee. I was like, what? She's like, I need coffee. There I was, 6:30 in the morning when I went to Starbucks like Igor. I was like, yes, master. I'll go get your coffee, master. I get her a double half-calf latte, what the hell she drinks. I brought it back like a soldier from war with a prize. I'm like, does this please? The man, she goes, you're very funny. But if you just bought a coffee maker, we wouldn't have this problem. And I was like, well, I don't own a coffee maker because I don't drink coffee. And she goes, well, we live together now. We can have a coffee maker for the house. I was like, for the house? You're the only one in the house that drinks coffee. She goes, no, we live together. It would be our coffee maker. And that's when I realized it. From that moment forward, suddenly every purchase I made was going to be ours. Whether I bought a coffee maker or a stripper, it's going to be ours. I can be like, no, honey, Trixie's not for me. She's for the house. And she's tired. Go make her some coffee in our coffee maker. You just keep finding out new stuff about each other. Here's something else I learned that I didn't know. I did not know that women at all times your hair was falling out. I didn't know that. You're all like dogs who just gave birth and you're blowing your coats. Women should only be bald at the rate at which you lose your hair. And I know this is true because every morning that I shower, I have to battle a 6-foot weasel who lives in my bed. Yeah. She's an asshole. She just leaves it there for me. She knows what she's doing. So finally I said, screw it, I'm not fighting the weasel anymore, and now every morning I shower in 6 inches of lukewarm water. I'm afraid to drain at this point because it's a natural habitat down there. People come over to the house, they see all the hair, they go, what kind of dog do you have? I'm like, dog? Well, she's half Cuban, half Jewish, and has a shopping problem. She's a good girl, though. I can't complain. She threw me a surprise party for my 40th birthday. Anybody have a surprise party thrown for them? With the surprise thing? The surprise? Who? Over there, where? Oh, you went. Oh, yes. Light is what you guys really want to participate, huh? You had a surprise party thrown for you? Did he throw it for you?
No.
This was before him, right? Yeah. Were you surprised?
Yeah.
You had no idea?
I had no idea.
You're an idiot. If you're under the age of 12, if you're over the age of 12, and you get surprised by a surprise party, you should go back to your education and figure out where they screwed up. Because your friends are never that slick. And my wife was good too. She made it to the last week, and I had no idea. And then I was out with some buddies one night, and I was getting ready to leave, and I said goodbye to everybody. I was saying goodbye to my buddy Mikey. Mikey looks at me and goes, see you on Friday. And I was like, what's on Friday? And Mikey goes, I was like, oh no. He's like, oh my God, she's going to kill me. I was like, oh no. He said, you can't say anything. I was like, oh my God. He goes, you have to act surprised. Can you put any more pressure on somebody than tell them they have to act surprised? Do any of you folks have any idea what you look like when you're surprised? Because I'll tell you what, I didn't have a goddamn clue. But I spent the next week walking by every mirror like this. You know what? The face finally picked was the wrong one. I walked in, everyone jumped out. I went, ah, you got me. She went, you knew, didn't you? I was like, Mikey's an asshole. And it's too many parties now. We celebrate too much. It's just too many parties. I think we celebrate way too much. Before all this broke down, I got invited to a gender reveal party. I see this bullshit. A gender. Nobody wants to celebrate that part with you. Stop being selfish. Gender reveal party. I didn't know what to do for a gender reveal party. I called up my mom. I was like, Mom, did you have a gender reveal party for me? She's like, Kevin, it was 1976 and I was 42. The only thing I want to reveal was how the fuck this was happening to me. We live in an apartment complex. They call it a luxury apartment complex, so we can justify how much rent they charge us. And every now and then, this place comes up with something new, something new to offer us that nobody asked for. And they recently started something, and nobody wanted this. They recently started an online message board where you can anonymously post questions and complaints about your neighbors. And they said it was going to be a useful exchange of information. And if you've ever anonymously posted something on the internet, you'll know it's not a useful exchange of information. And the day this thing went live, all hell broke loose. People started posting shit specifically about other people with like descriptions. One lady was like, to the gentleman who lives in the building across from me, I see you every night, sir, through your window, sitting on your couch with your laptop and your pants down. I was like, holy shit! Wow, I gotta start closing my blinds. That's embarrassing. There's one little group of people on this message board, though, one little contingent of people, and they only wanted to talk about one thing. All they wanted to talk about was dog shit. That's all anybody wanted to talk about. Apparently everybody in the neighborhood has a dog, nobody cleans up their dog shit, and people were losing their minds over this. And they would make up these cute little anonymous screen names to post about it, like I see what you do number 2, and no more Mr. Poops. They would just be posting about dog shit. And I felt left out, because I didn't have a dog at the time, and I'd never seen all this dog shit, so I couldn't get involved. But finally, after a couple weeks of this, I was like, I gotta get in the middle of this. So I made up my own screen name. I shit you not. That was a screen name. And I just started responding. Every time somebody posted about dog shit, I would just go, whoops, that was me. Sorry, missed that one. Whoops, me again. Missed that one too. Whoops, oh, sorry, I didn't have a poop bag. I responded so many times. One guy goes, dude, something's wrong with your dog. Take it to the vet. So I wrote back, who said anything about a dog? We did end up getting a dog. We got a COVID dog. Anybody do the COVID dog thing? We got a COVID dog. We figured we were stuck inside, so we bring in some other animal to be miserable with us. A COVID dog. Any dog owners? Have we got dogs? Any dog owners? Dogs? Dog people? Yeah, what do you guys got? Labs? That's a super white dog. That's a white dog. Labs, that's a dog with a good credit score that can get a loan. Yellow or chocolate?
2 chocolate.
That's a little better. Okay.
Red monster.
Yeah, how many do you have?
3.
Oh, shit, that's a lot of dogs. What are their names?
Brody.
Super white name. Brody, okay. Boone? Pretty white, yeah. Coda. Those are all like the first names in the dog books, by the way. You didn't even dig that. Did you? That's cool. Anybody rescue a dog? Any dog rescue people? Oh, okay. Should have seen that one coming, right? Why would you do this? What did you, oh, she's so drunk too. What did you, the Bachelorette, you're a dog rescuer? Yeah, dog rescue people love talking about rescuing dogs. And they make people like you feel bad who bought your dogs. Because I know you bought them. Do you rescue yours? No, you had them made for you, right? You're selfish. Look at her, she's a good person. What did you rescue? A border collie? You didn't rescue that. You had it made. You want to feel good about yourself. Usually people are always like, "Oh, I rescued a lab mix," and it's like you have a pit bull. I know they told you it was a lab mix, but it's got huge traps and a gang tattoo on its forehead. It says MS-13. That's not a lab. I rescued a border collie. What's the border collie's name? Bachelorette. What's the border collie's name? Bro? You unoriginal sons of bitches. You couldn't even. That's ridiculous. I know, but it's. God, come up with something original. Ah, Brody. Did it come with that name or did you name it?
No, I named it.
Yeah, you did. The people don't realize you can rename rescue dogs. They're always like, his name was Farfanugan. That's what I'm stuck with. The dog's not going to give a shit if you rename it. Everybody was telling me to rescue a pit bull. Everyone's like, rescue a pit bull. They're misunderstood dogs. They're beautiful, wonderful dogs, great companions. And I feel like nobody actually rescued the pit bull. I feel like it just shows up at your house one night and it's like, I live here now. I live here. I'm going to sit on the couch and have something to eat. Thanks for rescuing me. I appreciate it. We wanted to rescue a dog. We did. We wanted to rescue a dog. They wouldn't give us a dog. What kind of asshole do you have to be not to be able to rescue a dog? They go, you live in an apartment and we think the dog would like to have a backyard. I was like, really? Because you found the dog in a box on the side of the turnpike. I don't think he's going to be judging the accommodations. I don't see the dog walking in, looking around, being like, this is it? This is the whole place? Not fucking, I'm going back to exit 8. This is over. We did. We wanted to rescue a dog. It's a process rescuing a dog, too. I had no idea. There's an application, there's a background check, there's a waiting period, references. You need references for a dog. The amount of time it's going to take me to get this dog, I could have a Korean baby and an Uzi. So one night, there I was online filling out the application. 11 o'clock at night, I was filling out the application. 7 o'clock the next morning, they were calling my references. I didn't have a chance to tell my references, they were references. My one buddy gets a call, he thought it was a joke, so he's going to joke back. Yeah. He goes, Kevin's getting another dog? You know he's eating these things, right? Yeah. You know who doesn't have a sense of humor? Dog rescue people. You guys having fun tonight? You have a good time? Who's on Facebook? Who does the Facebook thing? Go on Facebook, just to push my mom further down the feed. You can find me on Facebook, Kevin Israel. I'm going to be the only one. I have a podcast where we review movies and do all sorts of crazy stuff. So I appreciate it. It's really the only way I can validate myself right now. So I would appreciate that. And Brody, Team Brody, it was great meeting you. Brody's a bit of a weak name because it's a person name. I think it's weird when people name their dogs people names. I used to work with a guy who had a golden retriever named Steve. Yeah. He never told anybody that Steve was a dog. One day he came to work, he's like, dude, I woke up this morning and Steve shit all over the house. It sounds like your roommate has a drinking problem. Hey, you guys have been awesome. My name's Kevin Israel. Thanks for coming out. Give it up for Ali.
Give it up for Kevin Israel. Did you guys have a good time? Thank you so much for coming out. I want to say that's our show, but please remember this is a fundraiser. So if you guys want to buy a little wine before you leave, they are waiting in the back, and 10% goes towards your fundraiser. So it's a great way to come home with something because it's going to get cold. Remember. But let's give a round of applause to all the excellers at NJIT, Charlie, Danielle, who put this all together, and all you people that came out, husbands and wives. Anyway, thank you very much. We'll be back November 7th and 14th and December 5th. 3 more shows for this year. We're thinking about New Year's Eve. So check us out, because I come back. You only have to put up with me usually for 15 minutes, and I bring a new set of comics every time. But I thank you very much. Everyone, be safe. Enjoy your night. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Thank you. Great time. Great time. Kevin Israel.
common ground to start from, and we fall.